It's not going to do very well. I need to give up. I need to find something better. I need to, reassess. And I'm going to lose all my money. I'm never going to be able to make trading work. I'm never going to be able to quit my job. Like all these things sort of cascade. So what you do is you can build up resilience by rephrasing that self-talk, right? The way that you see things. And so you identify that that's called catastrophizing. Just because I have a losing streak of 6 trades means I'm never going to make it as a trader, right? That's catastrophizing. And it sounds ridiculous when you and I talk about it right now. But actually, for a lot of people, that's their reality. Yeah. And so, and I've been there. You've probably been there where you've had situations. It doesn't have to be trading. It could be anything. Where you start thinking, oh my God, like it's never going to work. So that can be retrained, and you can train yourself to say, okay, hang on. All right, so I've been trading this system for how long? 2 months. Okay, 2 months. And I back tested it for how long? 10 years. 10 years. Okay, 10 years. In the 10-year back test, did I ever see a drawdown of 6 trades in a row that were losers? Oh, yeah. Okay. So is it really the case that this strategy is busted? No, probably not. Mm-hmm. Is it likely this is a normal drawdown? Yeah, probably. So what you're just trying to do is just trying to inch yourself up a little bit higher to a slightly more positive emotion through logic. And that's all that is. And they do that with depressed people too, with cognitive behavioral therapy. You can look up CBT on the internet and see that. But that's what you can do to build resilience, is you can just learn new tools where you kind of step back and say, is this real, what I'm seeing here? Or am I just catastrophizing? Am I just letting my thoughts get really negative and keep going to the point where I'm just like off the map. Like I'm not even on reality anymore. I'm just in this other world of manufactured pain and suffering, right? So, and it's so easy for us to do that because our ancestors did that. They're the ones that survived. They're the ones that were worried. Wait, what's that noise in the bushes? Oh no, it must be a lemur, or whatever, right? They're the ones that survived. The guys that were just whistling through the woods, they're the ones that were eaten by the lemur, right? So I don't even know if lemurs eat people, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, great points. Yeah, for sure. I think another thing too that I found is that motivation really plays a big part in it. Like if you have the proper motivation, you can do almost anything. But if not motivated, you have a nice cushy job, you kind of like it, then you probably won't quit because, trading is tough in the beginning. So I think that's also another thing to consider is how can you maybe not artificially create motivation, but dig up your real motivation behind what you want to do. Do you want to travel around, be a trader? Do you want to buy these things that you can't afford right now? Do you want to take care of your kids and see them grow up, stuff like that? And I think that's also a big motivator to, improve whatever you need to improve, no matter how hard it is.
Yeah, that's so true, because you will see that in traders, the ones who, like, no matter what, they still push through, and it helps build resilience when you have that end goal, and there's nothing else you're going to do except achieve that goal.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really good point. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Walter.
See ya.
All information in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not trading or investment advice. I think it's just a matter of repetition.
Hey, it's Walter here, and you're at the Think Profit podcast, where we're going to help you develop a rock-solid trading confidence and avoid the potentially endless cycle of system switching. Right, Hugh?
That's right. We're going to help you develop a wealth mindset, develop a trading strategy that fits your core personality, and help you overcome the obstacles that stop over 90% of traders.
All right, Hugh, sounds good. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this.
Hey, Hugh, so we have a question here. Trader has written and said, I really would like to get to the point where I'm making consistent profits, and yet I'm very fearful of taking a trade. So that's the question. So my thoughts on this, and I'd like to get your thoughts as well, is that when you're at a point of fear, what is fear? It's just anticipating the unknown. Because you don't know what may happen, you are concerned and you might think the worst. Well, what could be the worst possible outcome of a trade? It could be that you lose, or that you lose more than you had anticipated, right? So I said I'm gonna put my stop loss at $250. but I actually lose, 375 or something like that. So that could be kind of the worst case scenario. The antidote for fear is preparation. And so that means running through your simulator like Forex Tester, doing your back tests, making sure that you know what is likely, what is not likely, looking at all that stuff and mapping it out. Because once you map it out, guess what? It's totally easy. Now you know, right? There's no really unknown. Once you get enough trades on your belt with a strategy, it's really shouldn't be unknown. It should be, well, I have a 61% chance of making profit here, 39% chance of getting stopped out, and around 0.5% of the time, the market may gap over my stop loss, and I'll lose a little bit more than I had anticipated in terms of my risk, right? So that, those are the sorts of situations that, preparation can help you with that. So if I hear from a trader that they're fearful, it probably means that they're not prepared and they don't really know what to expect. So you can help that with back testing. It also probably means that in the past you've had a lot of losing. And why is that? Is that because you're risking too much on your trades? So even a normal loss is really painful. Then you need to look at how what your position sizing is. And if you're just fearful in general of taking a trade, no matter the size, it just means you're not prepared yet. You need to go back. You need to, work through Forex Tester, find out what your numbers are in terms of average win, average loss, win rate, loss rate. You need to figure all that stuff out, what your likelihood of certain drawdowns are. All that stuff can be found just by preparing. So that would be my suggestion to the trader who has the fear of pulling the trigger. It could be that you have done all that and you have a low win rate. Sometimes that'll happen. You've worked it all out, but you have a 29% win rate system. In those cases, I've seen some traders successfully automate that so that the entry is automated so that they don't have to keep hitting the button knowing that, they got a 7 out of 10 chance of losing again, because that can be really that can be a difficult thing to do. So those are the things that I would say about that. What are your thoughts?
Hey there, I hope you're finding this episode useful. I just wanted to let you know that Walter and I give away something valuable every month that helps traders improve their skills. You can enter to win by simply leaving an iTunes review and leaving a comment on our YouTube videos. At the end of each month, we'll look at the comments and reviews from the month, and we'll pick a winner at random. Each comment and each review counts for one entry during the month that it's submitted. So if you're interested in that, be sure to enter after this podcast is over. All right, back to the episode. Yeah, cool. I think what you just said would cover about 95% of the fear of losing. But I think there's a small population of traders who also have this fear of just, the system isn't going to translate into live markets somehow. And I think those are the very, very risk averse people in life and in trading. So I think